anything water, beach.
It's here along Spring Bayou that Bill and Leslie McAllister remember watching dolphins with their daughter Taylor, a music-loving mom of twins.
Oh, won't you stay?
But the McAllisters will never see her play guitar in their living room again or get one of those hugs.
And she would say, "I love you, Daddy. I love you, Mommy. And I'm never gonna have that again."
3 days before Christmas in 2016, 22-year-old Taylor was found dead in an alley off 63rd Avenue in St. Petersburg. The medical examiner ruled her death a homicide by asphyxiation. No one has been arrested for killing her. 3 men did face charges for not reporting her death. According to police, 2 admitted to picking up Taylor from Robert Butler's home. She was barely conscious, died in the vehicle, then police say those men left her body here. The McAllisters feel one of the 3 should have been charged for her death.
The only person's DNA that was found on Taylor was Robert Butler's. On her neck and under her nails, he had fresh scratches to his face.
A spokesperson with St. Petersburg Police told me Butler and Taylor lived together, and that presence of DNA doesn't prove he killed her. Taylor's homicide is now classified as a cold case. This binder has page after page of reports and information about this investigation. The McAllisters have read it hundreds of times.
And I want to read one line to you that I found. Leslie advised the last time she heard from Taylor was on September 2nd, 2016. Taylor sent her a text message wishing her happy birthday.
That's the last text. That's the last contact that I ever had with her.
Taylor struggled during the final months of her life. Her parents say she was addicted to drugs.
She got wrapped up with she shouldn't have, and it spiraled just out of control.
And that's what they want people to know when they see her picture and hear her story. Her addiction doesn't define her, and someone needs to be charged for taking her life.
She deserves justice for what was done to her. We deserve it. Her girls deserve it. Her family. Somebody has to be held accountable one way or another.
In Pinellas County, Georgia Roman, Spectrum Bay News 9.
Welcome back, Truth Confederacy, to another reading. This one, we're going to be focusing on a young lady. Her name is Taylor McAllister. I watched a video on her today. I had never heard of her case before. It looks like in 2020, she was found deceased. Her body was in an alleyway. And this is in Florida, I'm pretty sure. Allegedly, or what the story is Taylor was 22. She was a mother to two twins. And a couple days before Christmas, she went to a man by the name of Robert Butler's house. It is alleged that Mr. Butler is these young girls' sugar daddy, so to speak. These are the young girls that are usually within, his company, are ones that have an addiction problem to something, or I think it's all addictions. That's what I think it is, because they come over to his house, apparently, and they do adult things, and he either pays them with money and drugs, or both, or keeps them high, or I'm not sure what the score is, but it's somewhere along those lines. They do get money and drugs from Mr. Butler. Well, a couple days before Christmas, Taylor went to Mr. Butler's house. Mr. Butler gets in touch with 2 boys and tells them that Taylor is ODing and they need to come pick her up and get her out of his house, because he does not want her ODing and dying in his house. Come get her. The boys come get her. They say, according to one's testimony, that she is really, really, really high, not even coherent, or really not even conscious at this point. They put her in the back of the truck, and they're riding around trying to find a place to take her to, or discussing what to do with her, and she passes away. They say they panic They got to take her back to Robert Butler's house. He becomes furious, tells them that she cannot come into his house to take her somewhere and get rid of her. He doesn't care where, but she's not coming in his house. They take her somewhere into an alleyway and dump her body. Now, I personally feel like more, was to that story. It wasn't just simply an OD, and they freaked out and didn't want to have to be responsible for any type of charges or, responsibility. And I did do a real quick 5-card reading to see if, my gut feelings were correct. And I did get that there was some type of disharmony or some type of argument or something that happened. I've got in my mind what I feel like it is, but since I did do a private reading in order to know whether to go forward with another reading and get an in-depth reading, I did get that, so we're going to be doing an in-depth reading on Miss Taylor on the night that she passed away, what happened, and any clues or information that we can get from this. I'm going to do the 10-card spread, and I do have particular questions for this, so here we go. Taylor McAllister, looking for answers and information on the night you passed away. Okay, now let's start with the first card here. This first card is going to tell us the circumstances surrounding Taylor's death. This is going to be the 3 of Cups reversed. That's a card showing independence, alone time, hardcore partying, and 3 being a crowd. Okay. It's not been said if there was anybody else over there partying with Taylor and Mr. Butler. This shows that there was, and then it was another female, and it looks like that 3's a crowd, so it must have been this other female wanted Mr. Robert Butler's money and drugs all to herself and didn't want to share with Taylor. That's what that looks like to me. Okay. Now the next one is going to show the energy of the environment, the environment being when she was at Robert's house. Now that's going to be the World. Now the World is a card that shows assured success. Somebody assuring you that yes, success is inevitable. It shows a change of place. It's a card that shows celebration. It reveals groups and parties. Assured success. So it looks like that it wasn't just Taylor and Robert Butler there. Now the next one is going to show us Taylor's state of mind, what she was thinking about, what she was feeling, and that's going to be the Devil, which in this case is violence, ravage, force, fatality, and something which is but not for this reason. Alright, so Taylor's state of mind was pretty much, this is showing what her state of mind was. I'm going to say either when she was ODing or what her state of mind, what she was thinking of when she was right shortly before passing away. The last lucid thoughts. So it looks to me like there was violence, force, of course a fatality, something which is but not for this reason. She didn't simply OD. Violence and force and fatality. She was helped along. And it looks like she was helped along by whoever this 3's a crowd is intimidated by. Now the next one is going to show the forces or the influence behind Taylor's death. And oh, here we go. Queen of Wands. That's a female. She's hot-tempered, chaotic, strong, passionate, and assertive. So there was another female there. Three's crowd. Keep that in mind. The next one is going to show how the events unfolded, and that's going to be the King of Wands reversed. King of Wands reversed is a male who tries to control everyone and everything around him. He maintains this control by being a bully, extreme aggression, brute force, and being abusive. This right here is Mr. Butler. So he's the one that kicked off the events, got the events unfolding for her death to occur. The next one is going to show us Taylor's intentions. This is what her intentions were for going over to Robert Butler's house that day, and that is going to be the Two of Wands reverse, a card of personal gains. She was over there to make money. And I'd be willing to bet that it being a couple days before Christmas and her and mother are twins, that she was over there trying to hustle up money for the kids on Christmas. That's just what I feel like. Personal gains. That's the only reason why she was there. The next card is going to show us the energy surrounding Taylor's cause of death. Now, this is where we're going to find out which we've already been answered, that it's not just something that, which is, but not for this reason. Clearly tells us that this was not simply an OD. But now this right here is going to tell us the energy surrounding her cause of death. And that's the Knight of Wands reverse. The Knight of Wands reverse is someone seeing things as not going as planned. It's indicating being competitive and a sudden unexpected departure. There was another female there, and I don't know. I feel like with the competition and the three's a crowd, that it was may the best man win, whoever, whatever the situation or the demands or the whatever it was, these two girls had to compete for money and drugs. It wasn't as simple as this Taylor going over there and making her money and going on about her way. He had a competition set up for these girls. So, yeah, things not going as planned, being competitive, and sudden and unexpected departure. Yeah. The next card is going to reveal to us something unknown or hidden in this situation, and that's the Knight of Pentacles reversed. Now, that reverse shows misleading advice. It's a younger male. He's secretive and dishonest. He also likes to pass it out, just financial mismanagement. So it looks to me like there was Robert Butler, Taylor, another female, and another male. Now also too, you gotta look at this. So you got two knights aspected side by side, with one of them or both of them being of the reversed. It shows a rival. This means a rival. So there was definitely some type of competition for something there. And, you know, I could only imagine. The next card is going to give us a look at the perpetrator, because we know there's a perpetrator in this case. Now, that's the Page of Cups. It's showing a male, younger male, 20s, early to mid-20s. This male is sociable, he's good company, he's fun, and he's happy to introduce others into his circle. I feel like this was kind of set up. I feel a little set up on this. The last card is going to be a card of the last words, letting the cards say what they would like to. And that's a Nine of Cups reversed. That's a tale of narcissism right there. That card tells the tale of narcissism. It's when ego steps in. It's uncertainty for others as an agenda is pushed. And misunderstandings. Taylor thought she was simply going over there to make some money. However, when she got over there, three was a crowd. There was the Queen of Wands over there, another female, a competition, a rival. And things didn't go as planned. She didn't just go over there and get her money and go on. She didn't know she was going to have to compete for this. Wow. This certainly makes a little bit more sense. Forces the influence behind her death being the Queen of Wands. Yeah, there was two females and a male. Yeah, it simply wasn't just an OD. There's more at play here. Now we'll have to definitely do another reading to get more in depth into this. Now that we know that there's, looks like, besides the 2 boys that Robert Butler contacted to come remove her from his home, this party also included another female and another male. Thank you so much for taking the time to spend with me, taking it out of your day to accompany me in this read. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye now.
Look you in the eye.
Fed up, fed up.